Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I've had to restart the opening of this video 3 times because I'm trying to get out of that quiet mode and get talking normal. It's absolutely freezing cold. I finally got a chance to hunt. I hadn't hunted all year, but just a couple little times. But I took a few days off to finally get out and do some deer hunting. And it is freezing. It's 28 degrees when I got down here this morning. It's really, really cold. But got really lucky. I got a doe. She's laying right at the top of the hill up there. Not even sure how big she is. I had one get by me this morning. It walked across the power line, and by the time I got my gun and got turned around, it had already made it across. Well, when the second one, about 20 minutes later, the second one came out, and I didn't even hesitate. I grabbed that gun and and the second that crosshair hit her, I squeezed the trigger. So I'm wanting to put some meat in the freezer, and so we got some meat down. So we're gonna go up there and check this deer out. I also want to do a fun little experiment today, so I'm hoping you guys stick around to the end of the video. I got a pretty cool little experiment I've been dying to try. So today's the day we're gonna give it a try. So stick around, guys. Let's go check this deer out. Well, there you go. Deer down. I couldn't be more excited. I'm busting on the inside. I'm super, super excited. I haven't had the opportunity to hunt that much this year because I have really, really worked a lot. And finally got to get out on a nice, cool morning. It is actually a freezing morning. It's been 28 degrees all morning, but it's had the deer on their feet. They have been gunshots all morning long, all around me. So I knew the deer were moving. Seen one go by this morning, then this one came by. I got a shot at it. And there's the results. We're gonna get this thing cleaned up, stop by the store, get some ice and stuff, get it on the cooler, and get ready to try a super cool experiment I think you guys are gonna like. So stick around for that. This ought to be a lot of fun. Well, we got a cooler full of deer, thank goodness. I usually try to shoot 3, 4, or as many deer as I can every year. Here in the state of Georgia, we're allowed 12. So I try to shoot as many as I can because we try to make that our red meat for the year. We don't buy any beef, so that we try to make that our red meat for the year. So one is a pretty good start, seeing as how I hadn't had the chance to hunt much this year. Would you go on? Thank you. This boy here has not, now he likes deer meat. He has not stopped eating on that thing. Mia, all she wants to do is sit over there with the quail and watch the quail. But we're gonna put the dogs up real quick. My little experiment I wanted to do today was open these chickens up and see what they would do to this deer carcass. I know a lot of you guys know that chickens do eat meat, but there's a lot of people out there that don't realize that chickens eat meat. It's a super high protein for them. And I wanted to leave this deer carcass out here and just see what these chickens would do to it. I've never done this before, so I'm not sure if they're just going to come out and not fool with it at all. But I've been dying to find out if I could leave a carcass out here and just see what the chickens would do to it. So stick around. We're going to open these chickens up. I hadn't fed them this morning. I fed the ducks, but I hadn't fed the chickens. But they have tubes full of protein, so they're protein pellets, so they probably already got full craws. But if you know chickens like I know chickens, it don't matter if they're full or not, they're gonna eat. So let's open the door and see what these girls are gonna do. Chick, 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 chick. Chick, 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 chick. Well, so far that produced nothing. I'm not gonna give up though. I'm gonna leave it out here. I know they'll eat on it. I know they'll eat on it. I thought about throwing some corn around it. That's what they want. They know I just threw some corn out for the ducks. I may throw a little corn over here and see if I can entice them a little bit. I know they'll eat it. But they're just used to coming out and hitting this yard. They got 18 acres to run around on. So let me see if I can get them back over here before they wander off. Well, most of them did exactly what they normally like to do. They like to get out of that pen, get them a little bit of feed, and take off. They like to spread out over this yard. But there's a couple. There's a couple. That whitish brown one and that AM Semini hen. They're loving that neck meat. They're loving it. I'm gonna leave it out here for a few days and see what happens. Hopefully it won't smell too bad. I'm sure it will, but ain't nobody over here. They'll give them something to chew on for a few days. Look at them. That whitish brown one and that black one, that AM Semini, they love it. That brown one is working on it now. Oh, he walked away as soon as I said that. But this is not an everyday or all the time thing for me. I don't always feed my chickens meat. When I process some turtles and stuff, I always let them eat out of the shell and all that stuff, and I give them some scraps when I'm cleaning a turtle. But this is the first time I've ever tried to give them a deer. I just thought about this a while back, just before deer season started, and I was wondering how it would play out. And for you guys that have never owned chickens, chickens are omnivores. They eat plants and meat. They eat worms, they eat bugs. Chickens will eat anything. Chickens will absolutely eat anything. They are the craziest animals. They're so fun to raise. Like I say, this is for you guys that have never raised chickens. They are absolutely a blast to raise. That brown one came back. That brown one's working on that leg, that hind quarter. Look at it, just 4 AM Seminis eating on that thing. They have always been the most aggressive birds I think we've ever owned. They love to fight. And they're just super aggressive little birds. But they're absolutely the coolest birds. They're loving that meat. They are loving it. I'm only going to leave it out here right about dark. I'll take it out because I don't want it to draw in. While I was sitting here watching them eat, I was thinking, well, there'd be some big buzzards over here eating on it here in a little bit. I imagine them buzzards find it pretty quick, so they'll probably be over here eating on it. And I thought about tonight, it'll probably draw in some possums and raccoons, and I definitely don't want that over here around my pens. So this evening when it starts getting dark, I'll take it on down the road or down the end of the driveway where we throw all our scraps for the possums and the buzzards. And we have what I call the meat hole. We got a big hole at the end of the driveway. We throw all our stuff. But that was pretty fun. That was a neat little experiment. And I know they're going to just be floating through here all day, eating on it all through the day. They'll come and go because they come back and forth to the coop all day. They're just all out in the yard, and they come back and get water. So super fun. I enjoyed that. I'm glad to get a cooler full of meat. That'll help put some ground meat in the freezer. And got to feed the chickens a little bit and get a video out of it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It was really fun. Like I say again, for you guys that have never owned chickens, don't think too hard about this. I hope you don't, because I don't do this all the time. And even if I did, I don't think it'd be a problem because chickens eat meat. I mean, it's just, that's what they're doing out here in the yard when they scratch around. They're looking for bugs. They're looking for bugs. They're looking for worms. We've seen them eat snakes. We've had our chickens run around chase. They kill each other over a snake. But yeah, chickens have always been omnivores. No big deal. That ought to give them a little protein to help them build them up for the winter. Well, thank you guys again for checking out my video. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, click that subscribe button. I really would appreciate that. Leave me a like. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you've ever done this before. It just popped in my head the other day. I thought this, or right before deer season, I thought this would be a fun little experiment. Y'all think we ought to try it with the ducks? Not quite sure if ducks are, I don't know that much about ducks as far as if they'll eat meat or not. But I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. I probably ought to drag it in here. They'd probably eat more of it than the chickens. Ducks are ferocious. Well, thanks again, guys. I'll keep rambling. Love you guys to death. Do me a favor. Go back and watch some of my other videos. I appreciate it if you guys are new to my channel. And again, click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Love you guys to death, and we'll see you on the next video.